My name is Jackie A, and I'm the creator of Adorned by Chi. We're a character-driven lifestyle brand for magical girls. So I became an entrepreneur technically in middle school when I was selling locker art to my classmates for a quarter. But I started this business in October of 2015, and the business was extremely different than it is now. In the start, I was selling homemade flower crowns and things like that. I just kind of wanted like a hobby, a way to glorify God with my talents. And I also wanted to showcase Black women looking kind of cutesy, frou-frou, girly, and that's always been like the core of the business, is just showcasing Black women looking magical and feminine. I made a t-shirt kind of celebrating one of my favorite animes, Sailor Moon, and that shirt kind of like exploded, and I just made more and more and more anime-inspired clothing, still with a magical girl flair to it. And last year, we took to Kickstarter to raise $18,000 to create our own magical girl manga so that we could enter the anime space for ourselves and create the kind of diversity and representation that we and our customers pretty much want to see. My advice for anybody starting out is to know your strength and know that you can't do everything, because that's one of my flaws, is that I try to do everything and call myself a Jackie of all trades. But you get a lot farther if you allow people to help you. And so don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid of not knowing things, and don't be afraid of having to seek information through all sorts of means. We just recently came back from Las Vegas. We went to the Las Vegas Licensing Expo, and it's the largest licensing expo in the world, actually. So we were first-time exhibitors and all of that. I had never heard of this show before. I just kind of did a Google search and stumbled upon it. But we went to that show and we essentially killed it. I am somebody who struggles with like anxiety and things like that. Usually public speaking leads me to collapse into tears or run out. We ended up winning an award, and most importantly, I got over my fear and I was able to hold meetings with like big companies, mid-sized companies, and we definitely held our own. I always tell people, punch fear in the face, because nothing will stop you than fearing failing, or the fear of messing up, or the fear of looking stupid. Just punch fear in the face and keep it moving. Because, you know, who cares if you look stupid in that one moment, if in that moment you met somebody who changed your life or the trajectory of your business. I know for most people, the tipping point is always when they start making more and more sales. But for me, it was like maybe a year or two after we started making six-figure sales. Like I was making maybe $10,000 a month in sales, and I still didn't feel like I had a real business until late last year, when I got accepted into a business program. I got mentors, I got lawyers, and things like that, and that's when I realized like this is serious stuff. You know, it's more than just like taking orders and shipping things to customers. Like, a business is so many moving parts, and now that I'm overseeing all these moving parts and losing my mind, I officially feel like a real business owner. My favorite thing about what I do is when I get messages from girls who say that they feel seen through the work that we do or through the content that we create. There was girls that I met during our launch party or during our events, and when they tell me that like they feel less alone because of the community that we created, or that they feel less strange because of the characters that they can relate to now that we created, that's definitely the most fulfilling part for me. My least favorite part about being an entrepreneur is it's probably the fact that you really don't have time to be anything else. Any other hobbies I had outside of this are essentially gone. I feel like everything that I think about is always about my business, the health of my business, how are my customers doing, how are the people working for me doing, things like that. So, I mean, it's exciting, but sometimes it does take over your life just a little bit. I consider a successful entrepreneur to be somebody who learns to pivot, learns from their mistakes, and doesn't give up. You're gonna have challenges, but a successful entrepreneur knows that those challenges don't last forever and that there's a solution for every problem. I'm not really a fan of Team No Sleep, and I am definitely not a part of that club because I sleep. And I don't think that you can function at your best if you're not getting a full night's sleep. So yeah, I don't agree with that. Like, the grind never sleeps. Like, you should sleep. Owning a business is not always super glamorous, but it is always super rewarding. And don't be afraid to try it out, and don't give up at the first sign of trouble. Just give yourself time. Be gentle with yourself because you're gonna mess up, and have as much fun as you can. My name is Jackie, and I'm an entrepreneur.